Welcome to day 65. Today's plan is 16 and a half miles, 8 miles into Port Clinton. I have a resupply box at the post office. I need to get that, process it, get it in my pack, and then gonna hike 8.5 more miles to a road crossing where we're gonna get a hotel. There's basically no water for like a 17-mile stretch, or no good water for a 17-mile stretch, because all the streams are from agricultural runoff. And so the plan is to do that. Depends on when we hit Boiling Springs. I may hit the cafe for lunch. I'm not sure. It's always good to get some town food to get some extra calories. So that's the plan. It's a beautiful day this morning. It's going to get hot today. It's going to be 85. So second half of the day we're going to be hiking in the open in 85-degree heat. So we'll see how that goes. The terrain is very level at that point. I think it's fairly level this morning too. So that's the plan. This is kind of the area that we camped in last night, kind of an unofficial campsite. It's just a bunch of trees. But over here they had a fire ring, and there were several other people in here last night, and so we're just going to take off and see what the day brings. I hope you can hear this. I'm going to be quiet, but there are a whole bunch of tree frogs here, so I'm just going to be quiet and let you hear. The whole woods are tree frogs. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So a correction from yesterday's video. I said that it was tree frogs. Not. It's cicadas. The cicadas come out. Some crawling on the trees and stuff like that. So we just happened to hit the right spot at the right time. I can hear them in the background here. They weren't real loud at camp last night, but you get through section of the woods and they're really quite loud. So cicadas, not tree frogs. Okay, I'm up and over the fourth climb of the day, going downhill into Boiling Springs. The first climb was a booger. It was a literal rock scramble that is going back and forth between boulders and having to pull yourselves up by your arms. And I was worried that if all four of them were that way, that this day was going to be a lot harder than I anticipated. Fortunately, the other climbs were much more docile. About the same elevation gain, just probably half the effort when you're walking on a fairly well-groomed path rather than picking your way through a boulder field. I guess it's getting me used to the rocks of Pennsylvania. Now, got basically a 2-mile downhill into Boiling Springs, and once I get there I need to head straight to the post office and see if my package has arrived, and need to open it and repack the contents and get it into my pack somehow. I'm a little worried that I'm going to get it all to fit, but we'll see what happens. I probably can make it happen. And the stuff that doesn't fit, sometimes you get some duplication that you don't need. It'll either go in a hiker box somewhere or the trash can. I know that sounds wasteful, but you can't carry it just because. So never done a resupply from the post office. Had it sent 4 or 5 days ago, which should be enough time, but you never know with the USPS, so it's possible I could get there and not have a box, in which case I'll have to resupply in Duncannon, which is 2 days away, and I have enough food to get there. And I'll augment. There's a cafe in town here I'm going to stop and get a meal there regardless, just because whenever you can sock in some heavy-duty calories in town food, it's a good idea to do it. It's just hard to carry enough of what you need out here. So that's kind of the plan for the afternoon. Once we leave Boiling Springs, my understanding is that there is a walk across the Cumberland Valley, which is basically right-of-ways through farm fields and such. It's not covered. There's not much tree cover. Like, the tree cover here is moderating the temperature quite a bit. My little thermometer says 77. The predicted high in Boiling Springs today is 85. So it's going to have to carry water and hike 8 miles. But the good news is there's almost no elevation gain. So it's just kind of walking the 8 miles through farm fields, and I understand some of the scenery is pretty cool too. So hope we'll make it. There used to be, I don't know if there still is, there used to be partway through somebody that had a little self-service store with cold drinks and ice cream, etc. You just go in and pay for what you want, and it's right almost by the trail. So we'll see if that comes to pass. That would be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool to get a cold Gatorade in the middle of a, well, actually the hike across the valley is like 16, 17 miles that we're going to do. 8 of it today. To make a mileage line up right, the choices were 22.8 miles to the next shelter, or what Creek and I opted to do is get a hotel room near, just right off the trail, about halfway through this section. So tonight we get a hiker rate hotel room and a continental breakfast in the morning, and then we set off again for, there's a shelter I think not so far from Duncannon, and then we'll kind of waltz into Duncannon on a Nero, and I think we're both planning to take a 0 in Duncannon. I just think my body has been pushing these 15s, 16s, 18s for by the time we get there, it'll be the 7th or 8th day, and it's a good time just to give it a break. I think my body needs a rest, and so I'll do that and probably upload some videos, and I'll make plans for the next section, leaving Duncannon. I understand it's all rocks. I gotta kind of plan for, I don't know, my friend Caboose said plan for 12-mile days. I'm thinking 10 to 12-mile days. Port Clinton is 70 miles from Duncannon. That would be 7 10-mile days. So need to leave town with, anyway, 6.5 days of food, so I can get into Port Clinton. I have another resupply box going to Port Clinton post office there, and pick that up. I've got some replacement gear. This coming in that box as well. So anyway, just trying to figure this all out. The resupply is really kind of an interesting deal, and you just never know. So trying to do it. Today would be a wonderful day to get some trail magic near Port Clinton, but my guess is that's not going to happen. Trail magic is especially popular on weekends, but there's some pretty dedicated people out here doing trail magic. Some people just leave a cooler in the woods. Some people sit there and man it, like Tycoon a couple of days ago, which you've seen in the videos. He told us he was going to be out pretty much every day in June at that spot, grilling hot dogs and doing trail magic for people, which is fantastic. He said when we came through that I think We were like only the third through hikers that he had met, so that day, but there was plenty of time. There were people behind us, so I'm sure that he got some more of that. Oh, well, okay, here's where the fun starts. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we're starting to do the field walks into Portland, into Boiling Springs. I don't know if you can read that or not. So we're getting close to the end of our day, but we've been walking through open fields like this, and then into the woods, and then back out for on and off here for the last 6 miles. We got about two and a half more to go. It's pretty hot today. It's thermometer now says 88 degrees. So out in the open it's hot. Then we get into the woods. Sometimes it feels pretty humid and close. There has been a breeze from time to time. It just feels stupendous. We've lucked into Trail Magic back there in Boiling Springs, and then somebody left hot drinks and cold drinks and cookies a little farther on, and it's been wonderful. But we got it in the last 2.5 miles. We're working on it. I know my feet are tired, my legs are tired, my brain is tired, but be a good day. At the end of it, it'll be 16.5 miles. It's another 16.5 smackaroos in the book. And tomorrow, if we do 15, it'll be our 8th 15 in a row. That's 120 miles in 8 days. That's pretty stinking good. So anyway, taking you along with me, I'm showing you all my different fashion statements I'm making. This is particularly probably my best. Okay, we've arrived at our hotel for the night. It's now called the Appalachian Hotel at the Crossroads. It used to be a Quality Inn. I don't care what it's called, as long as it has a good bed and a breakfast, I'm fine with it. I'm gonna get a hot shower. We are both Creek and I are plumb snockered tonight. 16.5 miles plus about a half-mile road walk. It has been a good day. Feels good to get some miles in, but boy, are we tired. At least I am. So we're gonna come in here, get a shower, take a load off, figure out the plan for the evening. Okay, this is wrap up of day 65. We got to, now it's called the Appalachian Hotel, took showers, felt really good. Went next door to the diner and ate a crap ton of food. I had a meatloaf platter, which had a good large helping of meatloaf with mashed potatoes and gravy, and sliced peaches, and salad and with dressing, and 4 or 5 rolls, and 2 or 3 lemonades, and it just kept going in the hole. Anyway, it was a good evening. It's good to sink some calories in. I was talking with Creek, and he said he couldn't quite finish his meatloaf platter, and he was kind of amazed that I kept packing the food in. But if you're hungry and you can put in, it's good to put in. So hopefully that'll gear me up for a hiking day tomorrow. It's really nice being here in air conditioning and having a bed tonight and having a break. Our alternative was to go either do what we did today, which is 16.5, or to stop at 8, where I got my resupply package, or to go 23. And judging by the way we felt after 16.5, there would have been no way that 23 would have been happening. It was hot out today in the afternoon. It was in the 80s. Drank a lot of water. Had a couple incidences of Trail Magic, which was awesome. Found some cold drinks partway through the afternoon. Somebody had left in a cooler. Had a Gatorade and a Pepsi, and And we had Trail Magic in Boiling Springs. A hiker that just gotten off trail came out and brought pulled pork barbecue sandwiches and chips and sparkling lemonades, and that was awesome. We were going to go to the diner, but instead I had 3 pulled pork sandwiches on Martin's rolls, and they were really good. So it's been a great day. It's been also a lot of fun the last week or so hiking with Creek. We hike about the same speed and the same distance, and it's nice just to have somebody that you can talk to a little bit. And it's a shame he's going to get off trail because he has some responsibilities on the 12th of June. Today is the 4th of June. So we'll be together for another 6, 7, 8 days. We're planning not tomorrow or not Friday, but Saturday to take a zero. Friday should be a short day into Duncannon, maybe 5, 6 miles, so it'll be a Nero. So we'll get a day and a half off. Our feet are hurting and our knees are hurting. I think we've pushed a lot of miles here in the last week, and so we're just going to keep on keeping on, though, find out what works.